Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. So today's video is going to be a little bit different in this series where I'm talking about my recovery from binge eating to bodybuilding. Don't know why I did that quotation then. So I'm not going to be on the go as much today. I'm going to be taking you through where I did the 10,000 calorie challenge and basically why I was a massive dickhead. So, well, I'm still a little bit of a dickhead now, but can't really change. So I've actually got the video up in front of me. So on the actual video list, like my channel isn't a massive channel anyway, but in regards to where it comes with the videos in line with most popular, which I've just sorted by here, the video that's come the highest is the burn off section of the 10,000 calorie challenge versus the part where it ate the 10,000 calories, which is 1.4k views. So obviously gonna start off with the eating bit first, and the reason why I thought it was important I told you about this today is because I think this was the era really where my binge eating started. It was fueled by these poor habits, and I think there's a lot of content online, a lot of content creators online that create these videos where they're eating 10,000, 15,000, even 20,000 calories. And I think it can be detrimental to some people's health, those who do have disordered eating, or even those who do lend themselves to disordered eating, or even those who just try them and then it leads them on to become, what's the word I'm looking for? Basically some dieters lead into binge eating, and there's a step in between which then leads to that. So I don't think it's helpful, but I think the important thing is, which we'll discuss later in the video, that there needs to be some context with it, because these type of content creators aren't doing it for the wrong reason. They're just looking to create some entertainment, but I think that can lead on to some negative sides when people are viewing it and interpreting it in the wrong way. So we might as well kick off with the food section. So the 10,000 calorie challenge epic cheat meal. It's Thursday, 7:30, and we're at the start of day one for the 10,000 calorie challenge, which is the eating stage, the easy bit. So we're starting off with the Golden Arches McDonald's, and I'm going to put away 3 sausage and egg McMuffin meals and 2 hash browns. So it's not that much to start the day, but the calories should be on here because I've screenshot that from my fitness. Obviously Thursday, terrible cameraman because they didn't put the calories on there for the meal. And small meal, I wouldn't say that fucking Big Fat Mackey's breakfast is a small meal, but that's what we started the day with on this one. At 7:30 in the morning, by the way, and at this point I was fasting as well, so I was just doing this purely for the video of slamming back a load of calories, trying to be the big man, when, again, it was just one of those videos I created because I was being a bit of a dick the other time, other people were doing it, and it wasn't really helpful or healthy for me at this time either. See calories as we're going through the day, and sort of what we're consuming for the day. It's only 3 meals and 2 snacks. I feel a little bit sludgy because I don't usually eat this early, but I don't feel too bad off the first one. But what we're on now, it is 8 o'clock, so we'll probably head up to the office now, and then I'll probably look to grab dinner at Domino's at like between 12 and 1, try and get that down, and that'll be like majority of calories. Then we've also got to go and pick up a tub of Lotus Biscoff to sort of like spoon feed through the day as well, just to pick the calories up. It's about 2,000 to 2,500 now, so that's just something I'll try and get in progressively through the day. So quite stodgy now. Got like another 4 hours left out. Firstly, I was a fucking werewolf, wasn't I, by the way? What was the thing with that look, that neck hair, that beard, and that absolute barnet? Look like an absolute peasant. But again, like the terminology that I'm using, I'm going to try and get this down. I'm going to force it down. These are all really negative indications of a poor relationship with food, and again, something that I was doing at the time for entertainment, but there was those underlying factors there where I was starting this part of my disordered eating. Wasn't a healthy thing for me to do, and I think this is what a lot of content creators will hide, and I've spoke to a couple of content creators and other coaches about this in regards to their disordered eating, and some people, it's completely up to them. They don't have to open up about it. It's completely up to them when they want to open up about it. But a lot of people I do know who do these food challenges will then the next day either under-eat or over-exercise, which is just a form of non-purge bulimia, which is what I had, where I was just eating, and then I'd go and exercise loads the other day. So this was just, these 2 videos that we're going for now are a complete replica of what the underlying factors and the detrimental factors that were going on during my eating disorder, and fundamentally what underlying them. Oh, there she is. I assume know this will go down like. Just for reference, this was in obviously a pre-COVID time where you could obviously go in and finger whatever the fuck you wanted to. One of the times, you see me get a green monster as well. I haven't even started with a spoon yet, I've been fingering my way through it. To be fair, I'd probably still don't know. I'd fucking happily go for a tub of Lotus. But again, imagine just that fucking sitting in your stomach. All that sludge, by the way, just sitting within there. And imagine just pooing that out. It's not great on the digestive system, is it? Since I've had birds shut me head today, I should be lucky at picking. I'm going for this one's mine. Bastard.
Yeah, seven's mine.
Even when you get shit on, you still get shit on again. This one's mine. Sack that one there. That barbecue. Whoa. Whoa. Well, this garlic mayo stuff as well. This must have calories to it as well. Well, we won't even need ice cream by the end of the day because I'll be fucking...
Over?
Yeah.
Good. See what this is about.
So we got a Domino's pizza then for lunch, and again this is like more of the things that you don't see. When I was recording this time I was obviously in a very different place to what I'm at now, and I couldn't give a shit. Like we're doing a very honest review. I haven't watched this back for probably since I've made it, so what are we on? Nearly 3 years ago. And the thing for me, an underlying factor is I really don't like pizza. For me it's a very triggering food. I don't enjoy it. It makes me feel like shit, and Domino's is even worse because basically just fucking oil, sludge and shit put together on what they call a pizza. It's not really a true pizza, is it? Like, let's be honest. So I hated pizza. I was just doing it for the video, acting Billy Big Dick, trying to get as many calories in as possible obviously. And Domino's pizza is obviously a really great way to do that. I think one of the things that people do is as well, often when out on social occasions, they force themselves to fit into social norms of what other people are doing and make food choices based on other people. I suppose this is what I was kind of doing here as well. You don't need to do that. It's perfectly fine saying no, I don't want that. Or when we're having foods and making food choices, it's perfectly fine to pick food choices based on how that food also makes you feel. Nothing to do with the calorie intake or the macronutrients in there, just purely on how that food makes you feel. Shoot him.
Supplying power that I found in winter flowers.
2 Big Mac meals. In this, I'm just working out how many calories there is. I think that is about 2,300, but I'm just going to double check on my fitness pal now. I think I put it in before. So in these two there is 2,280, and then that'll leave me like with about 1,000, yeah, about 1,000. But I'm taking all the fries off, so it's about 2,000 calories. So I think I had 2 Big Mac meals with a McFlurry or a couple of Cokes. I think these were Diet Cokes because obviously you don't count calories in liquids. But 2 Big Mac meals, I actually really enjoy Big Mac meals. It's one of the things that I do actually like. Like, Big Mac meals bang. If you don't like Big Mac meals, you're a fucking peasant. But I think this meal was quite easy to get down, if I remember correctly. Like, it was just a couple of burgers and fries. And this is the thing with like McDonald's of how high calories can be from just 2 Big Mac meals. But like, there's no, with these type of meals, I still make these inclusive in my diet. Every now and again, I'll go and pick one up if I'm just on the go, fancy something. Not something too awesome, but I actually quite like them.
And we said
We've gone for caramel choo-choo, just because I think it's going to be a little less sickly than cookie dough at the same amount of calories, so. Yeah. Do you know the bit on Harry Potter?
Harry Potter.
It might be like the second to last one. And Dumbledore is at that place with Harry and is trying to get one of the Horcruxes. And Harry's got to feed him that water from the bowl and make sure it's all gone. And he's like feeding Dumbledore the water, and he's like, "No, Harry, no more." And Harry's like, "No, sir, you just must take one more." I feel like that, like I'm force feeding myself. That makes no sense. That's how I feel. It's so funny because I actually just watched a Harry Potter film last night, which is mad. So 3 years on, we still HP fans. Looks massive today. But this was the last meal that had the ice cream. Ben and Jerry's again. Like, I'm not
I don't tend to eat that much. I just generally don't like it. I think it's very stodgy ice cream. I think it's a shit ice cream. I'd rather go for Haagen-Dazs. Whenever I do have ice cream, I generally just have like Halo Top or is it Breyers, or Brothers, or Oppo Brothers. One of those, just because I think they all pretty much taste the same. And if it saves you like 1,000 calories on ice cream, I'll fucking do it. And again, like I've only really had like what I've had around 4 meals, and that's filled me up to 10,000 calories. I think the one thing that we can take away from this video is that like it is very easy to go high on calorie intake from just having foods that potentially people have on an everyday basis, albeit maybe in not as high a consumptions as what I was having here. But it really doesn't take that much to up our calorie intake. And this is one of the podcasts that I did last week in regards to putting putting calorie labels on foods in restaurants, which I think could be a good idea just to give people that extra incentive. And again, I know there's been a lot of backlash from this from people who do have disordered eating habits, but for me, and speaking to other people who are generally going out for meals already fucking know what calories are in the meal anyway, so it makes absolutely zero difference, and it's going to help the greater population in regards to tackling the obesity epidemic or obesity pandemic. Then I'm all for it.
What a moment.
I can count 1,000 calories.
Wow.
Done.
Done?
Completed. I think the hardest part of today has been the pizza part. I reckon just because it was the biggest meal, like doughiest meal, so like getting that one was the hardest, but after that was done, the rest of it's been easy. Breakfast was quite easy. The easiest meal was probably that double Big Mac meal. That's quite easy, and then that has been like a bit of a struggle to get through. Feel bloated as anything now. So
I have to remember after this, because I took some photos of it, I'll try and find the photos that I took directly after this and pop it up on screen because I was so bloated from it. I think this was due to the dairy as well, but this is something to me, like how I looked like an absolute space mong, was how I used to feel after most Saturday nights of just absolutely plowing food through because I was so restricted through the week, and would have this window on a weekend to kind of get as much food in as possible and just fill my boots up with shit. Like I felt rushed to try and get as much food as possible, and I just KO on a Saturday night, hardly eat Sunday, and over exercise, which is the next part that we're going to go into of the video, which is the next video on here. So we're going to dive into the next section of the video. So I actually did this the next day, which was really hard because I was so full on foods. So this video got actually a few more views, which I thought the food bit was actually going to do better in regards to views, but this got 1.8k views, and again this was the very next day.
stomach feels a bit heavy now, so we'll soon see how it sort of puts up. I'm sort of feeling sick, but I can't wait time to get going. 5:43.
So over the first thing here, I noticed straight away I was fucking huge at this point. I think I was around 16 stone maybe, in comparison to now I'm around 200 pounds. So I maybe a bit over 14.5 stone roughly. And I think I knew this was going to be hard, this bit, and still today I think this is the hardest thing that I've ever done in my life, was burning 10,000 calories, which is why I started like 5 AM in the morning. It took me well up into the night the same day. My mate texted me the day before I was about to fucking do it and said, I've done a marathon before, and during the marathon I think he burned like 2,500 calories. So this is where I knew it was going to be really difficult. Starting this morning run, I was going to have to run for a couple of hours even to burn up a couple of thousand calories to get me off to a good start.
Finished 3 hours of running, about 2 hours 50 of running instead. Done 3,000, just over 3,000 calories so far. The thing that I didn't anticipate for was the rain, so that killed me, to be honest. When I could have carried on for ages, like the stamina wasn't an issue, the heart rate monitor dropped off, like so the heart rate took that off. I've just been going off Fitbit and the My Runner.
So as you can probably see here, I was using 2 different devices in regards to calorie count. I think I had a Fitbit on, a heart rate monitor, and then a Garmin watch. Again, I did a podcast on this the other week, and there's a lot of like unreliability when it comes to calorie burn, there was a discrepancy between the two. One was higher, one was lower. Watches are accurate to a certain degree when it comes to our training calories and the amount they expend during training. The part that they're not so great at is our total overall daily energy expenditure. So even during this challenge, it can't be sure whether I burn 10,000 calories because they can be a little bit off, and machines in gyms are even worse for that.
I grew up in a place where they told you what to chase, told you how to run the race. Every move was on the page, but I didn't like their way. Had to fight and misbehave, had to find a way to change, had to leave to find my way. Caught up in a daydream, I beat my mind up there almost daily. It's how I pass time, no opinions safely. It's how I understand what I want in this place, see. Cause everybody wanna tell you bad things, what could go wrong, what fame brings. But success is a finicky thing, and if you ain't sure, no, it'll never be. I don't wanna let myself down, myself down. I don't wanna let myself down, myself down.
I just finished doing the math, which is pull-ups, air squats, sit-ups, and supposed to be a run, but I cut the run out because I just done the run. And then I was cramping up, so I remember jumping on the bike. I was absolutely fucked by this point. But this is one of the other things I want to talk about, because training and weight training, resistance training shouldn't be used to burn calories. That's a really fucking shit way to burn calories. So for anyone's out there who's going to the gym, put on the Apple Watch, and this is why I stopped posting it online of the calories that I burn during weight sessions. Weight sessions aren't for burning calories. That is what cardio is for. Cardio is for expending calories, obviously getting aerobically fitter, yeah, but when we're looking at it from a body compositional point of view, the best way to expend calories and increase our calorie deficit is by using cardio. We should be separating the two up on a really simplistic view and using resistance and weight training as a way to build our body, to build strength, to build muscle tissue, and cardio as a way to almost shrink it, bring body fat levels down, and obviously become fitter. So don't use weight training as a means to burn calories, because it's shit and you're getting that really negative spiral of just purely using weighted sessions to burn calories and using that metric only, which really pulls away from it and it really decreases the enjoyment.
In my lane fast, call it high speed. I've been working hard, yeah, I've been working nightly. If you think you'll win, ha, nah, fucking like.
I remember going to this bit, we went and did another hip workout with a weighted vest on first, and then I think I did like an hour's worth of skipping. So I total at this point done 5,700 calories burned, that's 4,300 go. So I did this just prior to going swimming, and I think did this from ski erg, if I remember correctly. Yeah, did some ski erg just before it as well. And then I took me to 6,000. That was the hardest part of the whole thing, I think, was the ski erg. Ski erg burns so many calories. I think that's why I jumped on it and did it for like an hour after doing an hour of skipping. And then we made it to the bath.
7,400 calories through. Sam can't come into the change movements in the swimming bath, so I'm just recording this on my phone. Probably going to shoot for about 600 to 800 calories through the swim. Try and get as close or just over 8,000 to set me up for like the last 2,000. One, I'm a terrible swimmer, and two, I'm obviously knackered now because I've been training since 5:30 this morning, and it's now 6:45. But I'm under 2,000 calories to go. I've got 1,880 calories to go, so I'm going to walk home now from the swimming baths, try and get down to about as close as I can to 3,000. Why am I saying that? I've completely lost my head. Try and get as close as...
At this point I've mega drained on energy. Like I just finished swimming, I think I burned like a good whack, because up to 8,100 calories I think by this point. And this is the thing, because I'm so shit at swimming, I burn a lot of calories in the pool as comparison to someone like Lucy who swims all, well, who's good at swimming. She's very efficient in the pool, she doesn't burn that much. Luce, come here. Just quickly. I'm literally naked. Okay, but we'll have to put something on. She's coming up now. But the other thing I've got to mention is I basically didn't eat for this full day. I think all I had was a banana or two. So my actual calories over these 2 days, I was probably in a massive deficit, because we think about the knock-on effect of exercise and me continue to burn calories after this point and how tired I would have been, and not taking into consideration me just being alive, moving, breathing. A lot of would have come from just being alive and burning calories, so it's probably in a massive aggressive deficit.
What?
Say hello. Are you naked under there?
Yeah.
How bad am I at swimming, by the way?
It's
You're not
because
even
you
there.
never learned. Because he never learned. I think if you don't learn when you're little, you're a bit fucked.
I've just been going through the swimming bit on this video how bad it was, and like how many calories I burned during this video.
How many
Because
did you do in the swim?
Well, I think it was at like when I finished in the gym, I was at 6,700, then at the end of the swim I was on 8,100
So
burned.
you burned like 2,000.
No, 1,300ish.
How far did you swim?
Don't know, I was just swimming until I hit a
Okay, so
calorie.
you just swim. You just swim in. I did 4,000 or 5,000 meters.
How many lengths is
So
that?
5k, about 440 lengths, and I burned 435 calories.
I didn't know
So
when
that
that
just
many
shows
lengths.
the difference, isn't it? Like I'm very, very good at swimming still.
They're probably
so
because I'm
I just
massive there as
burned no
well.
calories.
Because I'm massive.
Yeah.
Because I'm massive basically. We finished the swim and then I actually walked home from the swim baths.
It's because I power walked around, so I've got a bit of spare time before I go to the gym because I'm not scheduled there till 8:30. It's only like 7 o'clock, so get some extra calories
So
in.
we did 200 calories on the way home on the walk.
Swim did take it out of me a little bit from the chest and stuff like that, but it was nice to not have like impact or stuff on the strain then. But yeah, I'm just having some peanut butter on toast now to give me some energy and a quick black coffee. I'll just go back to my power walk. And the power walk was quite beneficial really because it took me up to like nearly 3,500. Why are you saying 3,000? 8,500 calories. So when I get back to the gym, I'll probably keep going because my heart rate's still high. So when I go back to the gym, I'll probably at like 1,400. We're going to go back in about 45 minutes for the last bit. Also, the thing with that swim was I was cramping up like crazy, especially when I got out my foot.
So obviously just took a little chill out to add some peanut butter on toast. Banging snack by the way. Good fat, good protein, good carbs. I'm sure that probably wasn't the idea. But I remember getting to the gym at this point, the gym was shutting at 10:30. I think it was around 9 PM here and I still had like a good block of calories to get to, so I was really, really wet. This was probably the hardest point, obviously because it was absolutely fucked, but also because I'd had time limit on when I needed to get it done as well. So this was going into the last workout. I was doing a weighted vest mare for WOD again, and then I think I did some more skipping and then finished on the ski erg. Big boy, yeah. Big boy. Bigger than I am now. That's fucked. Absolutely fucked at this point.
4,710. Something calories left, so I'm going to walk off.
So I'm on 9,800 calories burned at this point and 200 to go. So I think after this bit, I actually walked home from the gym, which I did.
And it's 9:30. So start in the dark and finish in the dark. I'm creature of the night, aren't I? So I've done 5,000 this morning. I've done 5,036 this afternoon. 10,000 done. And I found my lucky penguin on the way home as well. It's easy. Today's been really, really, really difficult. Just finished now. Just getting to 20 past 10, started at 5:30 this morning. The most gap we probably had all day is like 45 minutes, would you say? And that's why we've been travelling from like activity to activity as well, so mentally it's just so draining, but I think it's better like that because when you sort of sit down, you seize up and that's when I start getting cramped.
It actually makes me feel quite uncomfortable watching this because I knew how I felt doing it. And it's quite sad. I think it's just quite sad watching it because I knew what I was going. If I could have known what I was gonna care after that, following that time, and how bad my eating disorder was gonna get, it would have been a lot easier. And I think at that time there was a lot less people to speak to about it. I was trying to grow on YouTube and seeing. I think that the thing is, seeing other YouTubers grow from these kind of food challenges sort of motivated me to do it even more. And I've obviously massively come away from that now. And this was the thing that I was getting at the start of this video, and talk about the start of this video, was whose responsibility is it? Is it the creators for creating content which can be misleading, or is it the consumers' fault because they are misinterpreting what that video is about and what the meaning of that video is, and the way that we process that video and the action that we take from it? And I think personally it's a bit of both. As content creators, we've got to be a lot more careful with the content that we're putting out and give it more context. This is the reason why I haven't deleted the 2 videos. I thought, one, they haven't really done that well anyway, so I'm not asked, I would delete them quite happily. But I think it goes to show a part of my journey, and I'm glad that I've made this video to give it more context of how I was feeling in that time, and just be as transparent and honest as possible with it. The other reason why I think it can be the consumer's responsibility too is because we've got to kind of like educate ourselves better and make sure that we're watching the right type of people to get context from about these videos and what's really going on behind the scenes, and not misinterpret that and then go and run with it and do it ourselves, which is going to lead to really bad eating habits, poor relationships with food, make ourselves feel guilty, and really create an unsustainable future for our own health and fitness journey.
I honestly don't know how I finished it. I don't know many people who could probably finish it. It's just the hardest thing I've ever done, I think. Tomorrow I know I'm going to wake up and be an absolute bit as well. Obviously it was the last 2,000 calories. When I was on the way up there, when I sort of got into the workout, I was fine. The other part I found really difficult was swimming, because I'm like a brick in the pool, I just sink. Like, I can't swim. But I've enjoyed it, sort of. No, I haven't enjoyed it. But I thought it was going to be easier. I think we've been like very good with choices, haven't we? Really, in terms of like, we set the activities the day before and what we're going to sort of hit, and then we swap things in. So
I think my big take home with this is like, this is just categorically outlining non-purge bulimia, which is basically what I had, where I was really overeating, and then I'd use, because I couldn't be sick, like I tried to be sick during my eating disorder, I've got like the highest gag reflex ever. So obviously one thing I'll probably be quite good at giving head. I'm gonna delete that. But I'd use exercise as the way of me expending calories, so I was using exercise as punishment, which is really, really bad. It gave me a really not only a negative sort of view of food and negative relationship with food, but also gave me a negative relationship with exercise. So it was a double-ended sword, really. And I remember the next day just feeling like shit, absolute shit. And this thing continued, not in obviously as big of a fashion as this, because this was over-emphasised and over-highlighted for the point of the video. But yeah, I think going over this, looking over it, looking where my relationship with food now is massively helped. I think the one thing that I just want to give to people from this video is just take, when you watch stuff online, because I think this is where content is great for helping people with eating disorders and the relationship with food, and there's good coaches out there. But there's also a lot of stuff out there that we've got to create context with. And although it's great sometimes to watch these videos for education purposes, because at the end of the day, a lot of people love watching food challenges. We had that other guy who used to be on TV ages ago, who used to go and do the big fucking fat food eats and stuff and food challenges, and I think that's spiraled into YouTube videos and YouTubers doing them. And it's obviously the people who are content creators aren't doing this for any kind of negative way or to create negative experiences from it, but it can have that impact. So just have some context when you watch those videos. Don't copy them. I do not do this at home. I hope you've been enjoying this series so far. I thought this was a really important one to put in there because it kind of gives a reflection of where my eating disorders really started and where I am with it now. Hopefully it gives you some context as viewers when you're watching other YouTube videos and teaches you something about them. I think I first did it when I watched like Matt's Fitness and Steve Cook do them, and nothing against them by the way, because they're both great guys and they will give some context. I've actually just got Matt's book here, which he just sent out, which is the 24/7 Body. He just sent this out today to me and Lucy. And the first chapter in it is, sort of plugs to Matt's book by the way, is I have an eating disorder. How mad's that? I didn't even know that. So I'm gonna give that a read anyway. But I hope you enjoyed this video, a little bit different. If you enjoyed the video and took something from it, please give it a massive like and a thumbs up because it really helps me and my channel. If this is your first time visiting my channel, or you've just been watching it for a while and not subscribed, hit that little subscribe button, contemplate hitting the bell button, and we'll see you in the next one.
Done finna jump for the shit.